Hey, good morning, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, let me get in my chair. It's Friday, y'all. Is it a good Friday? It is a good Friday because it's Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. Y'all know about Juneteenth, right? I think it's funny that it's getting popular. It's just like jumped up on the scene. A lot of people just now hearing about Juneteenth. Uh, I remember, hey, Brian, what you doing? Somewhere styling, looking cute with your cute little self. I was thinking about Juneteenth, and I remember when I lived in Illinois, our sorority used to have the annual Juneteenth event, and it used to be lit. So let me see, y'all, what I was gonna talk about today, and I'm gonna pay attention to the time because right now I'm in a training. So hold on, I gotta get a sip. I also just came from my bike ride. That's what I was thinking about. And it's kind of a continuation from yesterday because, y'all, I've really been stuck in this conversation with Nia about patriarchy and matriarchy, and especially patriarchy. And y'all know I brought up yesterday the conversation that I was having with my 21-year-old about this song that J. Cole put out. And the song is, like I said yesterday, it's him addressing a young lady who is expressing like just her frustrations with all of the things that are going on in society, you know, things like that. And it was so upsetting for Nia, which I want my baby girl to be on fire whenever she feels something that ain't right. I want her to be engaged, and I want her to be like, no, nah, right? So do you all know what happened where J. Cole basically was giving his suggestion on how this young lady should be basically engaging with him or with people, because it's a very like Nia was saying, it's very patriarchal for a man to try to tell a woman how she needs to show up or how she needs to speak. And if we think about like just the voice of the oppressor, it's always like trying to tell the individual, the oppressed, how to show up or how to be. And that just brought me again to this idea of patriarchy and matriarchy. And then I start thinking about just what if, y'all, what if we were a matriarchal society? And y'all know historically, and a lot, I want to say a majority, but I didn't do any research to say majority, but I know there's a huge amount historically in our indigenous blood, that there were lots of societies that were matriarchal, right? There's lots of societies that were matriarchal, and there are still a few societies that are matriarchal. And if y'all want to Google that, I can actually tell y'all a couple, because I was looking through it, because I remember learning about these matriarchal societies, specifically in Costa Rica. I don't know, do y'all know that about Costa Rica, that Costa Rica doesn't have a military, doesn't have an army? And there's this deep, rich history in Costa Rica of they value it's called, like, they refer to it as La Negrita. And so it's like the mother, the black mother. And so black skin is actually valued in Costa Rica. Like, it's just adored. Me and my homegirl went there. Y'all, I got to tell y'all real quick why we went there. So it was last year. Wait, was it last year? It was like in January. We went to a new yoga retreat in Costa Rica. And I know everybody thinking like, oh, they crazy. That was new, blah, 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 blah. And blah, blah, blah to y'all, because it wasn't even like that. But in this new yoga retreat in Costa Rica, she's darker skinned than me. So clearly y'all know I'm light skinned. She's darker skinned. And I mean, everywhere we went, the people just absolutely just like gazed at her in just like awe. Like they just thought she was so beautiful. And I did too, because she had her braids and she was looking cute, which I've always thought she's beautiful. But she just was like, everybody was just in awe at her dark skin. Did y'all know that about Costa Rica? And yes, my sister Roxanne Spencer, Costa Rica puts their money into education instead of the military. So, good morning, Beth. I'm just over here talking about matriarchal societies and patriarchal societies, and how if y'all want to go to Costa Rica, in Costa Rica, they really value dark skin. So back to, I was talking about matriarchal societies, and there is a portion of Costa Rica society that is rooted in matriarchy. And I was thinking, like, how would our world be here in the U.S. in Western culture? How would our world be if we were a matriarchal world? And I was thinking about just oxytocin and what happens at birth. And I was thinking about all the mamas, the grandmamas, and the women who have mothered me. And y'all, what do y'all think? How would our society be right now if we were a matriarchal society? And that takes me to that conversation that I was having with Nia about the song. And when J. Cole said, look, you can talk to me, but it needs to be done a certain way. And I was thinking about how that's just, it's so common how the matriarchy and the patriarchy, and if we were a matriarchal society, would we be more open to sit down and to listen and to be able to like truly hear each other when we talk to each other? Because y'all think about that. I don't know about y'all, but I know I was raised by some women who just poured love, and how like there's just this innate way and this caring way about, I shouldn't say all women because everybody, I don't want to generalize and say all women, but the women that I have experienced, there's this innate, like just caring, this caregiving that's inside of women. And then it makes me think about even when raising children, how as a mama, the way I'll show up and then how a man shows up differently. And I'm not knocking or saying that the way a man shows up is a problem, but I would just think about if we were all matriarchal, if we were a matriarchal society, do you all think that there would be as much violence as there is? And I was thinking about, you all can go look at the data and how violence and who's enacting that violence, a majority of it. And then when we do see women act out in violence, what actually springs before that? Yeah, Roxanne, I was raised by some strong women. And I believe that when I see men who are raised by women, it really is a different level of engagement. And this is from my personal experience. Let me make sure I utter that. From my personal experience, when I see men who were raised by women and had women influence them, there is a different engagement of emotional availability. Y'all, I think my time is up. But did the women become the oppressor in those societies, Chuck? You're asking that? I haven't, and I can't say I've researched every situation where matriarchal societies have ended. But what I have read is that there became a dominant patriarchal behavior that ended those societies. I haven't read where, I have seen where when women in matriarchal societies, where women have been in the lead, where they've defended and protected their families as a way of like when you would see some violence. But I haven't seen it where they've become an oppressor. So anyway, what did Roxanne say? Roxanne, you just got good life, sis. I love Roxanne, y'all. Y'all know Roxanne. If y'all ever are on WKU's campus and y'all go to Ransdale Hall and go into the library there, Roxanne is magic. She just be like, I send all my students, I'll be like, y'all go talk to Roxanne. Hey, Allie girl. But I'm about to get off here because I have a training right now. I'm actually in a training. Everybody's talking right now and I'm looking at the screen. And let's just breathe together. Y'all want to breathe together? Yes, you're right, Roxanne. People are people. And thank you for that reply to Charles. Chuck, pay attention to Roxanne. This woman gets into the literature and studies and looks at it forwards, backwards, up and down. And she's wonderful. And she can actually direct you to some literature that'll answer all your questions. And that's why I'm so happy to have Roxanne. All right, y'all, let's just breathe together. Okay. Oh, because there's one point that I got in the shower, y'all. I got to tell y'all this. Let me see where it is. Hold on. There was a thought that I had in the shower. I'm about to pull it up because I wrote it in my notes. When I was in the shower this morning, this is what I thought of when I thought about how far away from, this is what I thought. When we are showing up and before us is this lack of attunement, this space of not being able to be in touch and be with people, this place of fear this place of just incongruencies. I was thinking this morning in the shower, this is what came to me, that we're having a temporary deviation from love's perfection. That's what came to me in the shower, y'all. It was so good when I was standing there and the water was coming down on me. Like, that's what's happening right now. And it's only temporary. It's only a moment in time. Right now, y'all, right now, family, close your eyes and let's see this. Right now, let's feel this. All that we're having is a temporary deviation from love's perfection, and that it always balances itself out. So y'all, let's move ourselves from this temporary deviation of love's perfection, and let's constantly pursue that love's perfection, that love that we know that we were born into, that we know that that's really all that is real and true, and that we are love. All right, y'all. I just could stay here forever with y'all because I really don't want to deviate from love's perfection. How about y'all? All right. Y'all have a good Friday. I got to get back. Oh, did y'all see my shirt? I'll be serious about this too. That's what I'll be trying to tell people in the literature, or anytime you want to like talk about what somebody said, decolonize yourself and start citing them black women, that black woman that you got that thought from. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, y'all. Y'all have a good one.